Tacoma awesome mods most asked about. Well, good morning everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here. And I want to get on and talk about these Tacoma awesome mods that people ask about most on the channel, because I get questions about these all the time. So I thought I'd put them all together and let you guys know, or at least see what these are, and tell you a little bit about them. And if you have more, leave a comment, let me know. I'd be glad to answer. First of all, this little thing right here. I get a lot of questions about that, whether or not it is a trail rated knockoff, like what's right here on the Jeep Gladiator. And no, it's not. It's actually a RobMotive channel decal, or a sticker. I actually have magnets on the back, so I could just take it right off. But it was sent to me by Tough Skins, and I thought it was a pretty cool touch. So I love it. It's on both sides of the truck, and I think it's awesome. Next up, we gotta open it up. Oops, I have it locked. Well, that doesn't work very well. I knew that was gonna happen, see? Let me grab the keys here. That would help. Let's go ahead and see if I can't unlock the truck. Okay, next up, we got to step inside here. And I get a lot of questions about the center console lid cover. And it's not actually a cover. It actually is the lid right now. I mean, I guess technically you could say it's a cover. But it is RobMotive themed, of course, like my channel. You can see it's not a cover. It's actually part of the console lid now. And this was done by Kylan Brimhall. He does all kinds of custom work. If you're interested in doing anything with yours, he can do pretty much anything you can send him a picture of. You can find him on Facebook. Again, his name is Kylan Brimhall. While I'm in here, of course, the Toyota seat stuffers. A lot of people ask about these. The purpose is to keep junk and stuff from falling down in between your seats. I have never seen these with the Toyota emblem on them like what I have. A subscriber sent these to me. But you can get just generic seat stuffers that obviously satisfy the same purpose. Now, back outside the truck here, the side steps. These are Predator side steps. I get a lot of questions about them. They are just I guess a Toyota side step. You can find them all over the place. Amazon, eBay, Toyota sells them. These I actually got from Amazon, I believe. I love them. I think they're just enough to be able to get your foot on here, but without coming out so far that they stick out in the way. A question. Somebody asked me recently, and I've had a few other people ask me about the key. You guys can see right over here. I have the old-fashioned keyhole, right? That's because I have a manual transmission. You can see it right there, right? I have a manual transmission Tacoma, and Toyota, in all their wisdom, decided to keep the old-fashioned keys for the manual transmission. So I do not have push button. Believe me, I would if I could. I much prefer it, but it is a manual with an old-style key ignition. Next up, let's talk about tires. Everybody's interested in tires, and I don't blame them. There are just so many out there. But what I have, these are Goodyear Wrangler Duratracs, and they are a 285/70 R17. And there's the plies, in case anybody wants to know. I've had a couple questions about what ply they are. But again, they're a 285/70 R17 LT, the Duratrac designation, I guess, under Goodyear. I do really love those, but I gotta be honest, I found another set recently that I have on the Gladiator here, and they're the same size, but they're a Wild Peak AT3W. You can see right there. Again, in the same size. I think for ride quality, the Wild Peaks are just a little bit better, and honestly, down the road, I would switch out the Duratracs for those. But there is nothing wrong with the Duratracs. They do ride pretty well themselves, and I prefer both of these to the Nitto Ridge Grapplers I had before. Those were pretty darn firm, you know. Next, let's look at the grill. I get questions about the grill. What grill do I have? This is a genuine TRD Pro grill. I got this from Sparks Parts. I think now to get one, you actually have to have a TRD Pro VIN number, which, little hint for you, you can get VIN numbers all over the web. But anyway, it is a genuine TRD Pro grill. I love it. They are quite abundant out there. There are knockoffs out over the place. I would highly recommend not going with the TRD version or the Toyota version because they're so expensive. You can get them for just over $100 and they'll work just fine. One thing you do have to be wary of, if you have the camera system in the front, which you can see right here, you do need to accommodate that in the grill. This one did, but I did still have to make some alterations because apparently the camera setup in the TRD Pro is a little bit different than the off-road, which is what I got. So I would not spend the money on the Toyota version. I would get a knockoff. Next up, the Bedrack. Lots of questions on the Bedrack. It is here, you guys can see, it is an RCI Bedrack. You can see the name right there. It came from RCI Metalworks. I love it. I think it's cool. I love the way it looks. It's not the full cab version. In other words, it doesn't go up to the top of the cab. And I think it's perfect for the truck. Pretty easy assembly. Now, as far as what I use it for, people ask, why do you even have a Bedrack? Well, for the recovery boards, you can see there. And then also, I plan on putting some other things on it, recovery type stuff, more in the style of a bug out truck, I would say. That's why I have it. Not going to put a rooftop tent on it, although you certainly could, and that's probably, to be honest, what its true design is, but not for me. Let's talk about fog lights. I do have aftermarket, well, not really aftermarket, they did come from Sparks Parts, Toyota, but they are tinted. I don't know if you can see in this light, but they are tinted, and they are LEDs. These are identical to the ones that go in the Tundra, if you're wondering. So the Tundra and the Tacoma, at least for the 2020 model year, are interchangeable. Not too hard to do, and I do love the all LED look in the front now. Although, to be honest, I did have clear LEDs from the factory anyway, so it's not like I had halogen bulbs before. They were LEDs, just clear. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to give those away on the channel, so stay tuned for that. If you're interested in just the clear LED version for your truck, stay tuned. Next up, the tail lights. I get a lot of questions about these tail lights, and I love these tail lights. I believe, if I recall, they came from Tacoma Beast. You guys can see right there, they are tinted the way that they came. This is not an overlay. You guys can see there, what you see is the tail light. So there's no film or anything like that on them. They are tinted, smoked, whatever you want to call them, and I think they look awesome on the truck. A word of caution, make sure that if you get something like this dark, that they are allowed or legal where you live. I know in some areas they're not, so a word to the wise, I guess. Last up, the phone mount. This is awesome. I love this. What I have is the DMM system, the dash multi-mount. It's just a little bar that you do have to screw into the trim piece back behind there. You guys can probably see, hopefully, the screw holes. And then you mount whatever kind of a mount. I have the magnetic mounts because I love it that way. You know, I have a little plate on the back of my phone. It's right there, and it just sticks up there like that. It is a pretty stout magnet. So for anybody who is asking, you know, how would it hold up off-road? I mean, unless you are hitting some really deep, huge ruts and stuff and just bouncing all over the place like crazy, I don't think you'll have any problem. The magnet is really strong, and I wouldn't hesitate to have my phone on there if I was going off-road. You can put iPads on there as well. Also makes a great place to put a walkie-talkie or maybe some sort of a two-way radio. Just all kinds of uses for those. I think they're awesome. I'd highly recommend those over any other phone type mount out there. Anyway, just wanted to go over a few things. People have asked about a lot of these frequently on the channel, so I thought I'd put it all in one place. Again, if there's something I didn't go over that maybe you noticed as we're walking around here and you want to know, leave a comment, ask me. I will let you know where it came from or what it is. Also, real quick, if you're interested, check out my other channel. It is RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.